Hello, everybody. This is AltJake with AltJake Takes On. We do have a new episode coming out for you this week that we are working on. Please sure to also check out the clips of our Sunday night spaces with Phil Marks from Pro Wrestle Times. Big shout out to him. He hung out with us the entire time for the show. That was really awesome to preview AEW Dynasty and watch their hilarious pre-show with all the chats going on there. So I will have the clips for that out this week. So we got plenty of new content. But George texted me from work today and said he had some thoughts and things he wanted to talk about right up to date, I think, about the AEW pay-per-view. Is that correct? How you doing, buddy?
Doing good, thank you. I have sunshine today, no tornadoes, so I'm good.
Right. Yeah. If anybody doesn't know, I meant to say that too. The reason we haven't had a new episode in a week or so is because George has been right in the middle of, I'm sure everyone's kind of heard the stories of going on of where the tornado warnings and sleet and 85-mile-an-hour winds. George was like right in the center of all of that. So Mother Nature's kind of put us on hold for a few, but we are recording soon and we'll get you a new episode this week for sure.
Yes, we will. I did get a chance. Our systems went down at work today. So I got a chance to watch Dynasty. Because I didn't watch it last night with you guys. I couldn't do it.
Right. Yeah, I got to watch it live with Phil on PWT for the 4.5-hour watch along. But okay, so I'm hoping you at least got to skip some parts of it, so it wasn't your whole day with that.
Yeah, not the whole day.
Yeah.
First of all, let me say I feel sorry for anybody that paid $50 or went to the show.
Yeah, not only for the ending, but we were checking online during the show about when do the trains stop? You got to be able to, because most people, especially in the Northeast, like they take public transportation. So not only did you get the deflating ending, but the you had to be stuck in traffic or try to figure out a $90 Uber home or something. Woof.
Yeah, I felt bad for him. However, with that all being said, watching the matches, as far as the pay-per-views go for AEW, they're always known for their pay-per-views. This was easily their worst one I've ever seen. I can't. Mr. Khan is always known as the pay-per-view guy. You know what I mean?
Yes, that's what they put him over. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why they do it. This was bad.
Yeah, it didn't have a good flow. I mean, some of the matches were decent. I mean, like, that's on the performers, and some of them were good, but there was that point, especially that towards the end there when you had Jericho and Bandito and then Cole and Garcia that just nobody cared about.
Yeah.
I think the big Oh, yeah, please go. No,
I noticed that when the matches were good, they went too long.
Oh, God, every single one of them.
When the matches were bad, they went too long. And there were 3 or 4 of them that shouldn't have been in there. They have to get rid of the hour and a half, 0 hour, get rid of it all together, make it maybe half-hour introduction show. That's fine. Throw the matches on there. You could have had at least 2 matches on before. The matches they had sucked. And they had Bowens come back on the pre-show. That was stupid. What that's not my point.
We'll do a full review of the show on our next recording for sure.
Yeah.
But this is kind of like the immediate thoughts. Because
I wasn't able to give them last night because I wasn't watching.
Yeah, and you were better off because I mean there was a lot that was skippable. And for me, I think the biggest problem is, and I even said this on Phil's show last night, was that the biggest issue I see with them is that whenever they were known as a pay-per-view company and they were doing really well with them, especially when there was only 4 a year, maybe 5 or 6 would be fine. Them trying to do, I mean, because we've only done 4 Sunday night spaces, and the first one that we did was when we watched Revolution. That wasn't that long ago. They can't tell stories well enough in these times to have these
tell
things.
Stories at all.
At all.
At that point, that's 0.
Yeah, no, I feel like that's the biggest issue, and they're still trying to think, well, we've got to get everybody on the card. I mean, there was not only matches that shouldn't have been on the card, but absolutely matches that should have been much, much shorter. Like the Ospreay match didn't need to go as long as it did. You can see it in the crowd. There's a point, not in every match, because I don't think they would have cared about Jericho and Bandito or given anything about Adam Cole and Daniel Garcia, because those matches, I mean, those are Collision stories, and nobody watches Collision.
Well, that's my point. And you know how fair I am when I do shit like this. 80% of this was a Collision taping. At least 80%.
Yeah, and you can see when the crowd, like, they want to get into some of these matches, or they'll get them to the point where, like, the in-ring work and the story got them there, and then they do a false finish and it goes 5, 6, 8 more minutes or whatever, and they just don't care. Yeah. I mean, the Fletcher and Briscoe match was the prime example. They had them. Because Mark Briscoe's a great worker, and Kyle Fletcher does have a lot of potential, and he's very athletic. He's very talented. He was clearly being led to do a good job. They were paced well. The match was good. It was fun. They did the 2 brain busters, and then he kicks out, and they do 10 more things to then end it with another brain. Oh my God. It was like, rough. It just gives you a pain. Like, what? If you do that with one of the matches, or like one of the guys, that's their story, is it's hard for them. Like, it's impossible to not keep them down. They kick out forever. What? But when it's every match, and every single match has some great, amazing spot, and then it ends with a roll up, or it ends with the fluke pin, or the Young Bucks coming back. I'm going to get to that in a minute. Yeah. No, please.
My message to Tony, and I know he'll never, ever hear me say this, there's nothing wrong with a pay-per-view that has 7 or 8 matches on it. That kind of card with 7 or 8 matches, I probably could have took that and trim them down by 10 minutes each match. That would have been fine.
Yeah.
7 or 8 matches and take 10 minutes off each match.
And yeah, give me a 3-hour. I mean, I know they want to be the wrestling company and do longer. So make it a 3-hour and 45-minute pay-per-view with matches that matter and stories that hit, and like, make it important. Even, and I know that people, whine and complain about the long in-between match times at WWE shows for the video packages, but those get people hyped. Those get people into the match. They get you to remember certain beats. Like, not everybody watches every single show week to week, and if they do, especially in today's society, they're not watching the TV very super intently the entire time. Someone's got to make food, look at their phone, talk to a family. I mean, anything. So it's good to get those refreshers, and all their video packages were like 2 minutes long, aside from the Tony Storm one, which didn't make any sense at all. I don't understand what was going on there.
No,
but you don't let anything resonate. You don't let any beats hold. They don't have any. Again, they're not telling any stories. That's really what it comes down to.
So, if anybody here has been listening to me from the beginning of this show that we've done, you've heard me say the Moxley reign is going to go to All In.
And that's aging well.
Unfortunately, I'm right.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know what people were expecting yesterday. People were expecting this to end with Swerve winning.
A lot of people were.
A lot of people were. And I don't know what the hell they were thinking, because there's no way. They're in it now.
Yeah.
They are in it. The Young Bucks came back at the end to help Jon Moxley, when we previously saw the Young Bucks leave, running away from Jon Moxley.
Right, when they were like shredding the papers and leaving the documents and stuff.
They left because of the Ghost Riders. They were leaving because of him. Now they're back helping him. Dude, they had 594 last week for Dynamite's ratings
for the go home show, which was the first time they dropped since we'd been talking about it.
Well, this one's gonna shit the bed.
Oh, absolutely.
I would be surprised if they come close to 590. I mean, I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't. They're not known for their follow-up shows.
No, they're not.
They have a lot of explaining to do, Jake. They got a lot of stories to cover, and they don't fucking do it. Pardon me, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. No, this is fine. We're 8 minutes into the show if someone's listening. Plus, we're not monetized yet, so I don't think they really care as much. But hey, please subscribe, and we'll help. The more monetization we get, the better. More we can do these for you guys. But I posted. Where did I post it in chat? Oh, I watch Rumor and Innuendo. Shout out to them on YouTube every weekday at noon Eastern. It's a fun little half hour where they kind of go through the news, but in a joking fashion. It's kind of fun, and the chat's really interesting. But I put in that chat, I'm like, Death Riders plus the Young Bucks equals under 580. Like, I don't think they hit 580. It's going to be like 560, 575. Like, maybe there'll be people watching as like a hate watching, or like people that want to do watch along type things. But dude, I rarely ever actually watch Dynamite. I will usually go back and like catch a recording and like catch highlights and bits, and kind of like how you watch the pay-per-view where you kind of can skip through it, because I don't want to watch the whole thing. There's some of that stuff I just don't care about. ever need to listen to Mercedes cut a promo. It's just,
I just got the feeling after watching the whole pay-per-view, and then at the end, Swerve takes a shot at Booker T, which was really cool.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about. I just saw that literally probably 10 minutes before we came on to record. I heard that something happened, but I was out running errands and I wanted to get home. After
the worst match ever, he takes time out to say "F you" to Booker T.
Yeah,
classy.
That was that's
what
terrible.
The hell, dude.
Yeah, no, like I swear there's something in that soda water that Tony makes everybody drink when they join his company that just makes, and not everybody drinks it clearly, because not everybody loses their minds. Punk didn't lose his mind. Regal didn't lose his mind, but most of them, it seems, once they go over there, they just, maybe they're blinded by the money. I don't really know. Or
something happens.
It doesn't make any sense, but they clearly, or maybe they're were suppressing their worst instincts and they come out and show their true colors. I'm not sure, but when you hear and see things like that, it's just embarrassing. Honestly, like I was watching that, I was embarrassed. It gave me not even cringe. It gave me that full on cringe. Like I was just like,
kind of where you're shaking your head at the screen going,
yeah, just why? What does this benefit? Like, and now we're going to get, hey, at least we get to see Booker T's response, which should be fun. But honestly, if I was Booker, I would just like you're too, it's like a little gnat, like just go out the window. Like, don't bother me. Like, you're just not that important. Like that. They think that this is competition. That's also why when people complain about things that WWE does, like, oh, well, it's like AEW. Nobody's watching that. You see when they make AEW references at WWE shows, like there's a section of the crowd that gets it. There's some people that do, but it's not like when, Charlotte and Tiffany were bagging on each other for stuff that everybody knows, and you was going, the entire crowd going, oh, it's a big difference. So it's just, I'd be interested. I'm very curious to see what the ratings will be Wednesday, and then I guess Saturday too, because Collision will probably tank as well. But I would think a lot of people have given up at this point. But like
I really think so, Jake. Because after really watching, I'm as fair as I can be, and I watched it, and I was just like, this is the worst show I've ever seen. I'm not going to go that far, but it's
one of the worst endings I've ever seen.
It's the worst pay-per-view from AEW I've seen.
Yeah, I can go with that, especially with there was just no match flow. There was a lot of dead moments. The crowd wasn't happy that Mercedes beat Julia Hart. And the thing is, you could feel like the crowd knew that this was going to happen.
Oh, very predictable, by the way. You guys both went 10-0, but you really didn't, because you just picked.
I picked Garcia in Cole, but I did it purposely because I'm like, whatever you pick, I will pick the opposite, because it doesn't matter like that. Because there's no story.
You guys got them all right, dude.
Yeah, because it was so easy. And how little I watch Dynamite. I only watch Dynamite if I'm live on air with Phil and watching along so we can laugh at what's going on. Otherwise, I just catch clips and somewhat keep abreast of it. But like, I don't care, because you don't need to. Hell, shout out to Evil Dose. He goes like 80 to 90% on every AEW show, and he's over a year free of watching any of the shows. He just will like post his predictions on X and then laugh about it. And he's right every time.
That's a bad sign.
That really, really is. Or another thing you said too, when we were on with Phil, is like, is the crowd looking at the entrance? You can see it. There's people that'll start to look at the entrance or look towards where the Death Riders could come from, because you could just know it's coming. And that's, as we've said from day one, it goes back to Tony just thinking he can do everything, as opposed to getting people around him who know what they're doing and learn. If he'd have done that from day one, he actually could probably be the booker now and be doing well and getting the praise that he wants. But he didn't want to do the work to get there, because, what work has he ever had to do as a billionaire? Like, if
remember yesterday, MJ said that they might be able to get to 20,000 for All In.
I think it was a 20 or I think 20 is what he said, because I said 25 is what Dave was pushing it. He said 20.
Dude, after this, no way.
No chance. Because they're at 13, I believe, at this point now. Right. Yeah, I'd be surprised if they get to 18. Like just like that's it.
I agree.
No, without giving away tickets, and even then, it's just tickets distributed. I'd like to see that turnstile count, because I feel like right now, if there's people who have tickets, they're like, how much are flights? I'm not.
Yeah, they can't change venues because the Arlington's bought in with them, and they're married.
No, and they've already changed the time, so you can't. They've already changed the start time, so
screwed up that. Yeah, and I'm in the process of working on my flute ratings for the thing.
Oh, so good. Yeah, no, I'll run. All right, yeah, we'll do that, but we'll go with how we said before, because that was actually one of our most watched clips was the Jim Cornette Weasel Dooley star rating. So
really,
we'll stick to that. Yeah, it's got a lot of. I think Cornette on the thumbnail. I think people just saw that. Yeah, Cornette is a draw. Whether people watched it to hate watch or not, I mean, Cornette's a draw. So if there's anything those are the ones I'm planning on
using. So yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. And if there's anything that people want us to talk about, we do have some viewer comments to read that are good. I'm sure there's a lot of thoughts coming in from the pay-per-view for sure. And then I also have we went like almost 90 minutes with Phil on Spaces. So I have that clipped. I've got some of the clips built. I'm working on those thumbnails. So I'll post some today, some tomorrow, but we'll get this, we'll get the information out to people as quickly as we can.
Gonna be a lot of stuff coming your way.
Always. Folks. That's my thing. I feel like just keep feeding the monster. Hey, we keep gaining views. Subscribers, we're almost at 130 now. I feel like the last time we talked, it was like 110. So just keeps going up. It's fun. I'm loving it. People seem to be enjoying what we're doing. So we will keep it going for sure. Anything else you wanted to bring up, George, or anything else about
I feel much better now. Thank you.
Right. I guess it was a nice moment of just like, all right, yeah, let's get that out. Now I can actually review the show analytically. I feel like before I would have just been angry at stuff. Jericho, no stars, no nothing there. All right, cool. Well, we will please everybody like, subscribe, all those things, share the videos, check us out on X. We've always got content, and we will see you next time. Thanks, everybody.